I often wonder, like, where all the Lauryns be at. I'm not an advocate for cloning, but I be wondering where all the powerful sisters in rap. And I ain't knocking, but I ain't never really been one that's down for no menaging, so I'm not really a fan of that. I remember listening to Lauryn Hill, the miseducation in my head got to knocking and my toes started to tap. And I know this probably sound cliche cause I do poetry, but you gotta realize there was a lot of power in that. I know it's still a few sisters that I know that feel like that music is what brought their spirit back intact. What gave them a reason to believe in power and being black. A queen, yeah, I mean, and they put their crown on that. And they'll take it to their grave, what they believe in, put their dreads to the back. Dark-skinned sisters finally had a reason to put their palms in the air and worship their God for that. And I thank God for that. Cause if I ever have a little daughter, I would love to let her listen to what her father really liked. Not just because they made me, but because I felt free in that. And it was something about doo-wop that felt so real, but at the same time I wanted to climb up Zion's hill so I could be a part of that. Music nowadays sometimes just don't give you that same feeling. I wanna take it back. And I'm no time traveler, but sometimes I travel in my mind to a point in time where it felt good to listen to rap. And I'm not knocking nobody. I realize there's bills in your mailbox just like mine, and you have to pay for that. But sometimes you gotta realize that we paying for it in lives and we can't bring them back. But one thing we can do is push them forward by paying it forward. I mean, we have a dedication to them little ones that we raising. It takes a village to raise a child, and sometimes we can do it with that music we bring it into that village. And this is a pilgrimage to the Mecca. And way before we was even rockin' Mecca or Rockaware, we was well aware that the pyramids that we built, we could stand on. And it's so sad to see that our music has turned into scheme themes instead of theme songs. I remember the days when it used to be our fight songs and our rally cries. But only the babies cry and the young still die. I wanna grow till I get old, but I'm thinking sometimes you never really know what these cold streets will do to you. Cause nowadays innocent bystanders walk outside their house not knowing that this could be their last day because some young impressionable thug was packing a tool. But I hope as long as I'm here, I can produce sweet sounds that once it hits my ears, he understands these words are perfectly clear and set for destiny. And I ask God to release abundance in his life. Every night before I lay, I pray. And I tell God, please protect Zaire with 1,000 angels, because you never know what these people's angles are. I mean, you never know what's in a coward's heart. And a lot of times they're scared of what they don't understand. And people don't understand a man who stands on his morals and beliefs. A martyr you may be, but I guarantee you that they love Biggie and Pac more than they love Muhammad Ali. But he floated like a butterfly and stung like a bee and made beautiful poetry just like me. So sometimes I have to look at the parallels and realize that sometimes just like those parallels that them trains be running on, my mind be running on. And I hope that one day I catch it before it gets too gone. And as I look up into the air, I begin to stare and hope that we can take that climb up Lauryn's hill. Because it's a hard way down from that ground that we're standing on. But from here, everything looks so clear. I don't need another one to use. I just hope that you believe that what you say.
good, right?